receiving a human rights defender. He is always with us, Amadou Tante. Thank you so much for coming once again, sir.
Good morning once more, Mr. Lashakis, and thank you very much for giving me the audience. Good morning to the telespectators of my Media Prime Television. And it's always a pleasure for me to be guest on your program.
This is the first meeting after the shooting to death of a 6-year-old girl in Buea by a gendarmerie officer, and the carnage that we witnessed yesterday in Wum, chief town of Menchum division of the Northwest region, following a military raid. An elderly man was roasted in course of the raid, as well as several houses burnt down by the military during the raid. What is your appraisal of the situation as a human rights defender?
Okay, thank you once more. Let me start first of all by condemning the gruesome killing of the little Caro in Buea, and equally the killing of the army, because the life of every Cameroonian matter, whether it's a civilian or the separatist or whatsoever, or the military. Second, by the case in Wum, which just started about 2 days ago and keep worsening on daily basis. So with the issue of the killing of the little girl in Buea, because I have a lot of version of the stories telling us one thing or the other and other. So I have a lot of these stories. Some of these people are diverting, trying to say that the thing also be going this way, they also be this way. But I don't think all these things will help us in any way or the other. The most important thing here is the killing of these two people. And we know the population reacted. It's true that what the population did to was not, it wasn't right, because normally
in line with the law.
It wasn't in line with the law. But the problem is that what happened is just to tell us that the people on the ground are fed up of things that happening. They might not have been reacting with regard to the present situation, but because of the other things that have been recorded on daily basis. Let's take about last week. I think we had a similar situation. Before then, we had a similar situation in Tinto along the road to Kumba, where a driver was equally shot and killed in front of a gendarme post. So some of these things are not acceptable.
Even in Bambilis,
even Bambilis and in Bamenda below Fonja, we equally have case of something. So because the law says very well, and we have Cameroon is a signatory to the United Nations, the Geneva Convention, the 1949 Geneva Convention, which makes very clear that in no circumstances will wanton force be used on any civilian or in any situation which is dictated that might likely destroy properties. But also, to a certain extent, the law says that to an extent, the military or the parties, the belligerent forces may use force only in the condition that it is because of maybe military necessity, and we must do everything possible to avoid to take serious precaution. And lastly, to make sure that the force that is being used is proportionate to the threat that they are receiving. But in the case of I don't know if there was any threat with regards to the lady and the man in question. Maybe let me just briefly talk on the issue of a womb, because we have had information. We have reliable sources on the ground who are giving us information on what is happening in the womb. The situation there is very tense. According to the sources we are getting from our close reporters on the ground, people who are working in collaboration with them, they say that a certain Aliu was killed, who is a military man killed by armed separatists, and in retaliation, the army, it was the army and the Fulani headsmen, or the Fulani according to the sources,
the army of the Fulani.
No, the army and the Fulani, they were in collaboration. The army came together with the Fulani in the village called Wando, which is in the clan of Agem, and attacked these people there and started burning houses and all the rest. Yesterday, they continue all the same. But this situation, things like this, I don't know. Because I don't know, the government keep telling us that the security and defense forces are there to protect the civilian. But when the government and security forces keep doing things as such, it's
what about the provocative killing of the soldier?
It is true. That's why I started here by saying that we condemn the killing of Cameroonians and condemn the destruction of dwellings on no matter whatsoever has been happened. Because the Cameroon government says that the justice is there, and the justice is there to Cameroon justice is there to make sure to maintain peace and law and order. Because if somebody is killed, the government know what is done. The justice is there. Then the government do everything possible to look for those who are doing all these acts to punish them. If they don't do so, they are the ones that are provoking most of these things. Because when something has happened like this, we keep remaining silent instead of looking a possible way of taking things out. The government does not do the same. Well, I just received information from a certain guy from Wum, who is equally a member of a WhatsApp group, WhatsApp group of the youth in Wum. They are like telling me that the situation is very tense in their WhatsApp group. So there's a possibility that the people in the village, the people of Wando might likely attack the Moro in retaliation. So those are the effects of what the government is, the silence of the government. When something happens, instead of government doing everything to secure the area and make sure that they protect the
punish. When you say the silence of the government, did the government send the people who went and killed the military man of the Fulani extraction?
First of all, let me start here by
saying
that.
Did you gather enough information that the armed men who killed the Fulani soldier,
yes,
the Fulani man or the soldier of the Fulani extraction, they were sent by the government?
No, they were not sent by the government. It is the rule of the Cameroon government who have signed and ratified numerous conventions to protect the civilians from whatsoever circumstance. It doesn't matter. Once the thing is in the territory of Cameroon, it's the rule of Cameroon government to make sure that they identify all those who are suspected. Because even the separatists, normally the law says that if anybody who is committing any crime, whether it's the separatists or whatsoever, it is the rule of Cameroon government to make sure that these separatists or whosoever are identified and punished accordingly. Because when the government fails to do same, then it's the Cameroon government that will answerable when the right time comes. That means that after the war, between the Cameroon government or the separatists and others, they will answerable to their crime, because it's the rule of Cameroon government to make sure that all those who are committing any such crime in their territory are identified and punished accordingly.
Somebody is killed on Monday. You expect investigations to be carried out on Tuesday that attacks broke out?
No, what I'm saying is that I'm passing the message to the government that the government should do everything possible to make sure that they start an independent investigation. But the first thing ought to be done is to secure the area, make sure that the